And welcome back. We are covering the Capitol. I'm Alex Cameron here with Aaron Brilbeck, our Capitol reporter, and John Echols, who is the House Majority Floor Leader. And we appreciate you being here with us, Representative Echols. And we want to talk about the controversy. It's hard to know where to start, but regarding the rules for medical marijuana approved last week by the Board of Health. And really, Aaron, where do we start?
It's difficult to say where to start because there's been so many moving parts with this. They approved certain rules that were not consistent with the feeling of 788. The State Attorney General said that these rules are not likely constitutional, making some changes. But in the interim, the attorney for the State Department of Health got herself into some hot water. She's accused now of making threats against herself, and now we're finding out through text messages acquired by nondoc.com that apparently she was offered a job in exchange for trying to shift these rules in a certain direction. So at its very, very base, there's zero trust right now in the Department of Health.
That's right, and really where we're at now, when Trey Savage with NonDoc broke that story about those emails and back and forth between the pharmacy board, it just highlighted what people already knew. These were two last-minute rules that were done without public comment. The process was all wrong, and where I have been a staunch advocate of 788 and doing the will of people and continue to be, part of the reason we didn't rush into special session right away is 788 required the health department to do their job. Now that we're in this mess, it's time for the legislature to step in. We're going to have to do some things.
And how do you do that?
Well, what the Speaker and the soon-to-be Pro Tem, the Pro Tem designate, Speaker McCall, and Pro Tem designate Greg Preet have announced is a bipartisan, bicameral committee. What that means is it's got Republicans and Democrats, and it's made up of the House and the Senate. There are two chairs. I'm floor leader, but I'm also the co-chair of that committee on the House side. Senator Greg McCourtney is chair on the Senate side. This committee is going to have open weekly meetings. Every Wednesday, we are going to have open meetings. We are going to come in as we're going to draft this legislation in a collaborative process. We are going to be open with the public. They're going to, both the 788, that's who we're going to have first, the pro-788 community come talk to us, tell us what they need in these regulations to make this work. And then we'll talk to the business community, and other people will come in and get to talk. But the guiding principle will be what's in the language of 788 and implementing the will of the people. And I think the legislature can do that on a bipartisan basis.
Now, you know, there are still some out there who believe that a special session is required. The New Horizons group, Senate Democrats have called for it. Is that still on the table?
Absolutely, that is still on the table. If anyone that wants a special session, the avenue is come and work in this committee, come and work in this group. An open-ended special session is a bad idea. And as I talk to activists, that's not what they want. They don't want an open-ended special session. That's top-down leadership. That's the legislature telling the people, we know what's best for you, and we're just going to do it our way. Instead, work through this committee. We're going to come up with a bipartisan bill. If it's something that, with the final product, can be implemented through the Department of Health, great. We'll do it that way, save taxpayers a lot of money. But if we need to go into a special session, I am absolutely open to that.
The board of the Department of Health, obviously there's been a lot of controversy, not just with 788, but also with money, with layoffs. Is it time for that board to be dismissed?
You know, that board is going to become an advisory board under the new governor, whoever the new governor is. That was a House-sponsored bill, passed the Senate, signed by the governor. What's going to happen is the executive director is going to be appointed exclusively by the governor, and the board is going to maintain on an advisory capacity. I think that is what we should be doing with almost all state agencies, though. There's a microcosm of a larger problem in this, and that's giving too much authority to unelected state agencies. A lot of people think the governor is the chief executive officer of the state of Oklahoma, and that's not really true. We're run by state agencies that have the ability to make these decisions free from voting on the people. And that's why you're going to see a very different process in the legislature, where we're going to have these open weekly meetings, because, again, we're answerable to the people.
A lot here to digest. All right, Representative Echols, thank you so much. For Aaron Brilbeck, I'm Alex Cameron. Have a great day.